again.
We are backwards again.
Why do we keep being backwards?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Inverted.
But we're live.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my new laptop. This is our first live with a new laptop.
It is.
So,
I turned the fan off. It's already getting stuck in here,
is
too.
a little toasty.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But, yeah. So,
This way so you can get that stupid. That's a little better. Okay.
All right. So,
the inverted thing.
Yeah, it's trying to drive me nuts. That's for sure. But welcome to our book club discussion for Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This was my book club pick. I'm assuming you read it, so you know that it takes place in a retirement village and involves these senior citizens who meet every Thursday in the Jigsaw Room to try and solve some unsolved true crime cases, and then somebody ends up being murdered not far from them, and they take it upon themselves to insert themselves into the investigation. So there it is. I'm assuming everyone here has read this book because we're going to be talking spoilers. So if you haven't read it, come back later, as we always say. But yeah, I was super excited to read this book. It kind of disappointed me. So, yeah. There's that little thing. We'll just throw that in there for now.
Just get that out
right off. Right out of the way.
Right off.
Yeah. While we're going to be discussing the book, we're also going to be this way doing a little paint by numbers activity. I picked this up from Target, and it is a lot more intense than I thought it would be. I can't read these numbers on this sheet. I feel like I need glasses. But yeah. Oh, do we have someone saying hello? Hello.
We do. Hi.
The House of Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. That is on my list. I've actually been to that house in Salem, Massachusetts. So, yeah. I don't know. I hope you're enjoying the book. I haven't read the book yet, but it's on my list because I've been there in Salem. So
there you go.
that was
random
squirrel moment, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this on just a little bit.
Yeah, it's toasty in here. Very cool. Well, like I said, I hope that you enjoy it. That you are enjoying it. Wow, I cannot talk today.
Hopefully,
already having heat stroke.
Yeah. I thought I had it pretty cool in this room, though.
Yeah. Salem is definitely worth a visit, for sure. It's one of my favorite places that I've visited, and the only place on the Northeast that I really want to go back to, aside from Maine and Acadia. So, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm glad you're doing it so far. But all right, so yeah.
Okay.
Thursday Murder Club. I know that
Okay, I'd say you already know I gave it a 4.
Yeah. Sorry, my skirt's all messed up here.
So,
yeah. I gave it a 3. So we're not super different.
No, not too far.
Yeah. Did you get new glasses?
I did get new glasses.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
I know.
Look at her.
Well, my youngest son graduated a couple weeks ago and my dress was blue. So I thought I needed to have glasses that matched my dress. So,
of course.
And now that I have them, I'm just like, I like these.
Yeah.
I wear them all the time.
They look so good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, we're having tons of squirrel moments today.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Where do you even start with this? I guess in the middle, probably, huh?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
just
so.
I'm
just
gonna
pick a number. I'm gonna pick a number.
Spot and go.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick a number and just roll with it. But
okay, so what was your issue?
My biggest issue with this book is that it was just slow. It read fast because the chapters were short, but it just felt really slow. I don't feel like there were really a lot of oh crap moments or big shocks or twists or whatever until you got to pretty much the end. That's when all of the like twists and turns and everything started coming out. But it took
Mhm.
the whole book to get there, and it was just, I don't know, it was a book that I could have easily put down, a book I could have easily DNF'd, like, until the end. So I'm like, it's kind of sad. I'm a very, like, I need a lot of shock and awe with my murder mysteries.
Well, it was very cozy.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
wasn't, well, I think in the wrap-up I said that, like, it's much more Angela Lansbury than, like, Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Then I still don't have a comparison. I didn't have one then. I still don't now. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to be, this is going to be great with our left hand, your right hand.
We should have switched places, huh?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my hand is shaking too much for this. It threw me at first that it was like set in the UK. I was not expecting that. I don't do a whole lot of research into books before I start them, even books that I'm picking for book club. I'm just kind of like, it has a decent premise, or like it has a cool cover, so I'll like it. So, but yeah, I was just shocked that it was set in the UK, and it definitely had like very big like British like a crime detective show vibes.
Yes.
To it. Like,
yes,
big
it
time.
did.
And I'm not a super huge fan of those TV shows, so.
Also, lots of like British pop culture or British references, I guess, not necessarily pop culture, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, there were a lot that I was like, what?
And I didn't feel the need to look it up. I think it was just there for, I don't think that they had any significance to the plot. Like, I don't know that I missed anything for the plot because of those references. I think they were just there for like ambiance or atmosphere.
Yeah. I would agree with that for sure.
But I did like it. I think that it was slow, but I think it's because it's cozy. It wasn't, these are like people in their 70s and 80s. So you're not going to get a lot of, high-speed chases out of that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think the humor was good.
See, I don't think I didn't really think it
didn't
was
get
funny.
It. Really?
Yeah, no. I mean, there
Oh
were
my
like
gosh.
a couple of spots where like, my hand is shaking way too much for these itty bitty little lines. I could never be a surgeon. Like Elizabeth would have like little moments where it's like, that she did something, like she was a Secret Service agent or like some type of a spy.
Yes.
And so she like would come in and have her like little moments of like, oh yeah, this so-and-so random person with a lot of power owes me a big favor. I called it in and we can do this. Or like those little moments were just like really kind of funny to me, because it's like, what did you used to do that you have these favors from these people?
Yeah, there is a mystery about that. It never does come out yet. What she used to do, but it involved a lot of traveling and.
Yeah. I'm thinking she was part of like the CIA or something.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Anyway.
Sure. Which, that would be pretty dope. Then it's kind of like Killers of a Certain Age.
Yeah. I like this better than I liked Killers of a Certain Age.
I did as well.
I think it was more a more polished story, and it was more believable.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of things that were happening for sheer convenience.
Right.
Like, or it also held to the whole thing of like, oh, these people are in their 70s, 80s, like they're senior citizens.
Definitely.
Pretty much. And it stuck with that. Because like in Killers of a Certain Age, they were supposedly about the same age as the people in the Thursday Murder.
No. They were in their like 60s, mid 60s.
Almost the same age.
No, it is not.
Well, still, they are not at the age where they could have been doing all the things that they were doing in Killers of a Certain Age.
we had to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't.
I am fairly close to the age of the ladies that were in Killers of a Certain Age.
Yeah, I just.
And they weren't retired yet. So, they were we're not here to talk about that book.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Hello,
whoops.
Ryan.
Oops.
But did you color the wrong spot? Kelly.
Well, just a little bit. I can go over it later.
Our cacti
Whatever.
isn't gonna look like a cactus. There's too many plural. What is the plural of cactus? Cacti?
Cacti. Anyway, one of the things I really enjoyed about this book was all the red herrings. And they all made sense.
So, okay, you had mentioned that in our wrap up.
Uh-huh.
And this is gonna make me sound like a really dumb blonde moment. I had to look up what that was. I did not know what a red herring was.
You read thrillers and you don't know what a red herring was?
No, I've heard it a lot, but I never knew what it meant. It actually meant. I'm just and I'm sitting over here in the wrap up, and I'm just yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. Wow, that's so great. And then I had to I got home, and I'm what is it? What is a red herring?
What does she mean by that? I don't understand it.
Which is pretty typical for me, honestly, because a lot of things that Kelly says is so smart that I have to just go and Google it because I don't understand what she's saying because she's too smart for me.
Whatever.
It's just facts.
Whatever. Anyway.
Now that I know what it means and I've read the book, I agree with you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. They were just all over the place. I mean, even at one time, I thought Joyce might have done it.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
her little housewifey cooking sassy girl she was all up front.
At the end, yeah, I definitely thought maybe it was Joyce. But to be honest, I thought Bernard had done it for almost the entire book. From almost the start until the note.
Yeah.
I thought that he was the one that did it.
Yep.
And I'm oh, then it came out what really was the backstory and everything. I'm oh, I feel so bad.
Well, because because of course it wouldn't be a red herring if the writer didn't write it in a way that made you think that it was.
True.
But yeah, I mean, he was kind of shaky there.
He was a little shady. But turns out he had a reason, I guess.
Yep, he did. It made sense. I felt bad for Joyce, though. She liked Bernard.
Yeah.
I liked how her diary always, tried to downplay it, but...
Oh, yeah. 100% she liked him. Speaking of her diary, worst part of the book.
Really?
Every single one of her diary entries.
I love those.
Oh no, I hated those. I literally got to the point where I just skimmed them at the end, and some of them I just skipped entirely because I didn't care. I didn't care what she had to say.
I liked those parts.
No,
I liked her diary. Sassy girl that she was.
Let's see, I wasn't getting sassy. I was just getting I don't know. Bored old lady. Which in turn made me a bored old lady. So I'm eh.
Parts of her diary, though, kind of made me sad because, she was, obviously so proud of her daughter, and her daughter seemed like a real witch.
Yeah. For sure. But, I feel it might. I don't know. At the end, her daughter kind of turned it around a little bit.
Oh yeah, but it only seemed because Joyce was doing something interesting.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, whatever. I didn't like her daughter very well. And then it kind of almost seemed like it was because of Elizabeth too.
That her daughter
actually paid attention to her.
Oh. Yeah. I could see that. I'm sure that Elizabeth probably had some words with her daughter.
Oh, I don't know, but I guess I was thinking more like her daughter thought Elizabeth was interesting, so.
Oh, well, I guess that could be too. I feel like Elizabeth would have just like had a chat. Like I could see her.
She might
doing
have.
that.
Yeah, I can see her doing that.
Like when they went to go and get the documents or whatever that they needed. Just pulling hers. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? And maybe because I'm of an age to be thinking that direction too. I thought the way the author wrote aging people was really good. Not just the aches and pains and slowing down and all of that, but really how your friends start dying and you kind of start, considering end of life issues and things like that. I thought he did a really good job with that.
Yeah. It's just really kind of sad.
It is, but it's what happens.
Yeah, it is real life.
A lot of people committing suicide in this book too.
Yes, so trigger warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. Like that all came from like left field.
Yeah.
Like why? Like bro, like Bernard, bro. You had Joyce, my guy.
Yeah, that one I didn't quite get.
Like I know that he.
My painting is not good.
Oh, there's mine. Like I know that he missed his wife, and he could probably. I don't think that he would have ever like gotten romantically involved with Joyce.
No, I don't think so either.
But I mean, they could have been friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they already were friends. I don't know. That just seemed a bit out there.
Yeah, that one did. But
I don't know.
I think one of the things I also did not like is that there were two murders. Two recent murders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ian
and Tony.
So Ian was the owner of the retirement community where all these people lived. He was kind of a snake.
Kind of. He was.
Yeah, he was. But Tony died first.
Yeah, he was.
Where was I going with this thought? I don't know.
Oh,
that they didn't really tie together.
Right.
And I was waiting for them to tie together.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And that was one thing that confused me at the end because I was like, what are the motives here? Like,
yeah.
Why did both of them have to die? Like, I totally understand why Ian had to go because I was happy when that happened.
Yeah.
But like, what was the connection? Like, why did they both happen at the same time? Because wasn't it done by two different people?
Yeah, it was,
and like for two different reasons.
Totally unrelated.
So for them to both just drop, like, what's happening?
Which I guess was supposed to be a red herring too, but yet at the same time I was like, why?
Yeah.
Okay, is this... There's no number in here. I think it goes along with this. I think. God, I can't read that. Oh, that's an 8. Okay. Because there's no line there. Okay. We're going to go with it.
It's art. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't have to be. Well, no one could ever call us being not ambitious for thinking we were going to get this done.
I honestly thought that this was going to be a lot simpler of a paint by numbers. Like, Target be over here just like, you have a full day of nothing to do. Great. Here's a paint by numbers for you. Because it's going to take you at least 10 hours to complete. Like, for real, though. This is
so ridiculous. Amy buys it and goes, yeah, we can do it in an hour.
I didn't know. I didn't know until I opened the box when I got here, okay? Target got me.
Yeah. But there's a lot of characters and a lot of different backstories in this, too, which I thought was
There
kind of interesting.
So many things to keep track of. I'm not a fan. So, like, you probably don't mind because fantasy books tend to have a lot of characters and a lot of backstories and all that.
Yeah.
I can't. My brain cannot keep up with that many characters. It really can't.
I just thought, yeah, I mean, you had this whole, like, underground drug thing from the past where supposedly all of the people who'd been involved in it had gone straight, but did they? Because the first guy that got killed was part of that scene, so then there was all those people that were suspects.
Dude, that was wild.
So there was Elizabeth, Joyce, Ron, and Ibrahim. That's the Thursday Murder Club. And
Yeah.
Ron's son, Jason, was a famous boxer that was involved with these guys, these drug people. So for a while, he was a suspect.
Yeah, which I never bought into that for a second.
Nah, that one was too obvious. But then there was a member of this group, because at the first murder, a picture of these three guys,
Mm-hmm.
Had been left at the murder scene. And Jason was in that picture. So that's why he was kind of a suspect there for a minute. But I don't know. That was pretty good little sideline. Although that whole, like, the one guy, I can't remember his name. The guy from Morocco.
Honestly.
Not Morocco.
Turkey.
Turkey
Johnny.
Yeah.
Who wasn't really Turkish. He was from Cyprus.
Yeah.
Or something. Cyprian or whatever.
But I mean, that was kind of interesting too. That whole sideline.
That's where he kind of lost me with that. Like, there was just way too many characters, because then all those characters had name changes, and then they're talking about one character who's really named, like, you have Peter, who's actually Bobby, and then there's Johnny, and then there was just too many.
Well, yeah, because he changed his name.
Yeah, but, like, that's a whole nother book, my dude.
Because he had to.
Yeah, but that should have been a whole nother
But, you know, this is the first book in a series, so
they
could become reoccurring characters.
Maybe so.
Because, yeah, Peter was the one that took the picture, or Bob, his name was Bobby. He took that picture. And when they finally tracked him down...
I thought Turkish Johnny took the picture, because Bobby was in the picture.
Oh, Bobby was in the picture.
It was Tony, Bobby, and Jason.
Okay.
In the picture.
He was in the picture. So they tracked him down, and he had changed his name to Peter and was running a flower shop because he had been running a con for smuggling drugs out of Amsterdam in flower delivery vans. And then he decided, hey, you know, this flower gig's pretty legit. So he went straight.
Yeah, very interesting. And then I thought it was funny that he get together with Jason or something, and he, like, wouldn't tell him what he actually does now. I think that was the scene where, like, he was trying to guess, like, okay, so what do you do now that you've gone straight? And just like, bro, even if you guess it, I wouldn't tell you.
I wouldn't tell you. But then I don't remember. I mean, I know they called that one guy to find out if Turkish Johnny had been in the country or something.
Desmir. Wasn't that his dad?
That was his dad. But remember they called that one guy, their other friend, who supposedly Turkish Johnny would have stayed with if he had been in town.
Oh, yeah.
And he came into the bar where they were at.
Yeah.
But I don't remember his story.
I don't either.
There really was just so many people.
There was a lot of things going on.
There was.
It's too much for me to keep track of. I don't know what that accent was.
I don't either.
Apparently, I've been watching way too much Nick and Corey.
So, okay, I can't remember the guy's name that actually did kill Tony. What was his name? The handyman guy that
Bogdrin.
Bogdrin, that's right. I liked him.
Yeah. He was an interesting character.
So Ian was going to oust Tony out of their business partnership and then hire this Bogdrin to take his place. And so that's why at first everybody thought that Ian had killed Tony, because they thought Tony would get mad at being fired and then come after Ian. So Ian just decided that he would kill him first. But he didn't. And then that all tied back to the former drug ring, because they kept talking about this one incident where this kid got killed. And that was kind of the incident where everybody fell apart.
Yeah, because that was like, wasn't it the taxi driver?
Yeah, well, they killed the kid, and then they got this taxi driver to help him dispose of the body, and then they killed the taxi driver.
Yeah, made him dig his own grave.
Yeah.
It was like a freaking Piggy Blinders scene.
Yeah. Well, the taxi driver had been a friend of Bogdan's.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bogdan came back and finally got his revenge.
Yeah. Like, bro, you waited that long for revenge?
And then got a cushy job out of the deal, too.
I guess. Good for you.
But I like it when Elizabeth's husband, Stephen, was kind of advanced dementia. And so there was a whole kind of storyline about that. But Bogdan would come over to their place and play chess with Stephen because he could still remember how. And just out of the blue, Stephen's like, I listened to them talk and you did it, didn't you? He's like, yeah, I did.
I couldn't believe that he admitted it to him. Like, I understand that he's got dementia stuff he might not remember, people think he's crazy. But, like, bro, that's wild.
I just thought it was funny that Stephen was the one that, like, you did it, didn't you? Yep, sure did.
That's funny. That was very funny.
Lisa, I just thought it was a pretty good little murder mystery.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping it to be. This is why I try not to set my expectations too high.
Well, Lisa, I think it was just very much a Murder, She Wrote, not like CSI or something like that.
Yeah, and I think maybe this was another instance of like reading at the wrong time. Maybe if I read this book in the winter where I need something a little slower of a read or whatever, then I might have liked it more. But right now I am at the point of like reading where I want horror, I want thrill, I want just a lot of things to happen. I need action.
Shock and awe.
Shock and awe, baby. Shock and awe. I'm in a weird mood today. I don't know. I'm tired.
I don't know who else was in this book. I really liked Jason and Ron. I thought their relationship was fun.
Yeah.
At first I thought Jason was kind of a butthead with his dad, but it turned out not so. I thought it was going to be one of those, like, Ron was this doting parent and Jason was just the asshole, like, former celebrity who just used his dad kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. So that was nice.
It was nice. What did you think of the police, Donna and Chris?
Okay, so I for sure thought that Donna and Chris were going to get together. And then when Donna said Chris up with her mom,
like,
what?
That was good though.
What? I thought that was funny.
I think that was a better match.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, I thought that was pretty good. And I liked the way that Donna kind of like wormed her way in.
Well, the way that Elizabeth
got her in.
that was the best part because she's just walking in there being like, I'm a nun, and they stole my bag. I need to talk to a female detective or a constable, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
And
that nice girl that was out.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was really good. And then she was so skeptical, Donna. She's just like, I don't know how you're gonna do this. Just trust me. It was like, in an hour. Just trust me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then Ron, having them be in on it too, like Ron and Abraham.
Yeah.
That was funny. Like, just how Ron was acting like he had like super bad like dementia or whatever, like issues.
Just the doddering old man.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was funny.
That was really good.
They played him big time.
Yeah, because then the next
conniving little old people.
The next time that Chris came to the place and he talked with Ron, he was questioning it the whole time, just like, man, he seems different. Seems
the
better.
Same guy.
Is this him? Like, what? I thought that they were gonna be caught right there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That was funny.
I think that might have been one of my favorite parts of the whole book.
I did like that there didn't have to be like all this drama about, oh, you lied to us and stay out of the investigation and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah. I mean, there was some of it when they dug up the body.
Yeah.
But not, eventually they're just like, calm down.
Yeah, not a lot. So that was fun, which kind of goes along.
I guess technically they didn't dig up the body, as they told the police.
Well, yeah, Bogdan actually did.
Yeah, it's like, we were just informed that a body had been dug up, that bones had been discovered. And then we weren't sure if they were human, so we sent them off for analysis.
Well, except that Bogdan dug them up, but then he went and got Elizabeth because he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so Elizabeth was there when he dug it up again.
Yep.
And then they didn't tell the police just anything yet because they always wanted to make sure they had leverage.
Right, which is smart.
To make sure that the police would actually keep them in the investigation or still give them information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the police... I think the Thursday Murder Club solved more about the case than the police did.
Well, of course they did. But to be fair, they also had more information that they didn't give them.
That's true.
Until they were full ready to.
That is true.
And that was kind of funny. Oh, and taking the drive to see when they thought Ian had killed Tony.
Oh my gosh, and like timing it and everything.
Trying to time it, but Abraham would only drive like half the speed limit.
That was funny. It did have some good funny moments in it.
It did. It did. Yeah, I can't read these. Is that a 5 or 6? I think that's a 6. Okay.
Yeah, I think that is a 6. Man, this thing is really fitting because we're like trying to like, how far back? What is that number?
I need a magnifying glass.
Yeah. If you want to feel old, do a paint by numbers.
Wow, I'm like, dang. Oh, there's another 5. Okay. Well, it doesn't help that I'm trying to do like all one color so that I don't have to keep switching colors. And so I'm searching for the color.
Same. It's a lot.
If you had like 12 brushes, you could just go to town.
Yeah. Well, I didn't come prepared, okay?
I guess not. She didn't do her research.
Nope, I didn't.
It is a pretty picture, though.
Yeah. If it ever gets done. I don't know if you saw the picture, but look at the cacti.
Very pretty.
Yes.
What else?
Father Mackey. Should we talk about father? Both?
Both, yeah.
Oh my Lanta. The truth bomb that was dropped with that one.
That was interesting, wasn't it?
I was not expecting. I honestly, my two killers were either Bernard or Father Mackey. And then his whole thing came out, and I thought for sure that when Elizabeth called him in for the confession and all that, that was it. He was gonna be like, "Yeah, I did it." And he's like, "Oh crap, she knows." And because like he was even playing it off like, "Oh, she knows. Does she know? Maybe she knows." And then it's like, we did not know this at all.
Yeah, that was different.
I was, oh my gosh.
Not what I thought it was going to be, that's for sure.
No.
But I was still trying to tie the murders together, and I could not figure out how or why he would have killed Tony. So that's where I was like, that can't be him.
That's fair. That is fair. Oh my gosh, that just was so much.
He just buried the body.
He buried a body, yeah. Because he didn't bury. I mean, they buried the sister. The convent did.
Oh yeah, the other body was the boyfriend beater or killer. The guy that killed his girlfriend, or at least killed her. The Penny killed.
Yes. That was wild.
Yeah. That was wild. So I mean, there really was 3 different murders, but the one it opened up the book where Elizabeth went to Joyce, who had been a nurse, and was asking Joyce kind of like how long a body would take to bleed out, and showed her these crime scene photos, and if they had this wound, how long would it take? If they'd gotten help sooner, would they have still died? That kind of thing. And so that's how Joyce got hooked into the Thursday Murder Club. And then that comes around and ties in at the end.
Which I didn't realize until just now.
You didn't?
I
really?
I'm telling you, I was reading this book and I was forgetting about everything that was happening. Like, it was
oh my gosh. Okay.
It wasn't memorable.
So
but that makes sense now.
So turns out, see, they would get there was a former member, Penny, who actually kind of started it with Melissa. And Penny had been
with Elizabeth.
Oh yeah, with Elizabeth. Penny had been a constable, a detective back in the day. And so with Penny's contacts and Elizabeth's contacts, they could get a hold of old case files and they would review them. And that was the Thursday Murder Club. And Penny had, I don't know if she had gotten dementia and then became, or if she'd had a stroke or something. I don't really remember why she was.
I think she had a stroke.
There was a nursing home attached to the retirement community, which, naturally. And Penny was in the nursing home, non-responsive. I don't know why. I'm just, if she was in a coma or if she just, that was a condition. I don't remember, but she was just non-responsive. So one of the old cases that then Elizabeth brought to Joyce and asking her about stabbings and how long it would take him to bleed out and all that. Well, when they found the body, because they were going to dig up this graveyard and for a new development. And they thought that's why Ian had been killed, was because of that somebody didn't want the graveyard dug up. And then Bogdan goes up there and says, well, I might as well get started. Well, they had put a blockade. All these little old people were like blocking the road so the excavators and stuff couldn't get up can get up the road. So Bogdan goes up there and says, well, I might as well just get started myself with a shovel. And he discovers a body that had been buried in a grave, like on top of a coffin. And that's when he brings Elizabeth into it. Well, and then come to find out that it was the
one that started it all.
the boyfriend that Elizabeth had suspected that he killed his girlfriend and didn't just find her like he said he did, because if he had gotten her help, she would have survived. So Elizabeth figured he killed her. Well, come to find out, so did Penny back when she was a constable, and went all vigilante on his ass and then buried him in the graveyard.
He deserved it.
And Penny's husband, John, knew about it. And he's the one that killed Ian. So that was kind of cool.
That's loyalty, man.
That at least it, all kind of tied in at the end that way. Even if the two murders didn't tie together, which was kind of a red herring in and of itself, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I wanted there to be a connection.
I did too. I wanted it all to tie together.
I like things when they all tie together with a pretty little bow.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose.
That was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I liked the characters. I liked I don't know. I guess I used to watch Murder, She Wrote, so it was kind of nice to get a nice little cozy murder.
We just love cozy murders.
We do like cozy murders.
Nothing better to make you feel all warm inside than a good murder.
Well, there's just something about grandma and murder. I don't know. Whatever.
When done right, yeah.
So you're going to read any of the others?
I might. I haven't completely written
it off?
Written them off, yeah. It might not be for a while, though. I might wait until, like I said, it's a slower time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I'm, needing something slow, because right now, no.
Not so much.
No. I'm ready for some in-your-face kind of things.
Action.
The action, baby. The action. Oh my goodness. I don't like this.
The greens are hard.
The greens are hard. Over here, I don't need slow things, and the stinking paint by numbers is so slow. Ugh.
Yeah, this is very detailed.
Yeah, way more detailed.
Very, very, very detailed.
It's like, dang, I'm not Picasso.
Yeah, I couldn't do this very long.
No.
The eye strain.
For real though. It's just this is a lot. And also, just my hand is gonna start cramping.
Yeah, I'm tensing so that I.
I'm over here just
my shoulders hurt, man.
Like I said, could never be a surgeon.
That's a thought.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
Shitty stuff. But anyway, I think that was all that I really had for the book. I'm glad that everything made sense.
It did.
And that was something that doesn't seem to happen very often in books.
No.
Mystery books. Everything made sense, and it all tracked with everything. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
it all went together.
yes.
It all came together in the end. All the red herrings made sense.
Mm-hmm.
It made sense why you thought they were. They weren't overly obvious in trying to lead you astray.
Yeah. No, I was happy that it all made sense.
So
in the
I
end.
like that. I think this really did just do it for me. That I do like murder mysteries. I don't like thrillers.
See, and I like
I like
thrillers.
I like murder mysteries. I'm reading another murder mystery right now, and I'm really enjoying it.
Which one is it?
The Tainted Cup it's a fantasy murder mystery.
Oh,
It's really good.
is that what you were reading when I walked in today?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yep.
has a very cool cover.
It does have an extremely cool cover. So yeah, I like murder mysteries. I don't like the thriller stuff.
Yeah, the thriller stuff's the best stuff, though.
No, because they're dumb. They are. Come on. They are.
Some of them.
Tell me a thriller that you've made me read yet that wasn't dumb.
Final Girls by Red.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Lock Every Door.
And
by
that
Riley
one.
Two.
And-
Look at that. I named 2.
And that one, but why can't I? It's so hard.
The struggle is real.
Okay, so like 2 out of 7, and then you made me read that other one. What was it? The dumb one from the college people.
Ninth House.
Well, that was dumb too. But no, the other one.
In My Dreams I Hold a Knife.
Yeah, that one.
I kind of like that one.
I know. I just don't like thrillers. But I do like murder mysteries. I do. They're fun. And this was a fun one. It had all the right stuff about a mystery. Oh, there's one. I think. Is that 5 or 6? I think that's a 6.
This is hurting my elbows.
Dang. Well, we've been at it for like 45 minutes, so maybe that's
I think that's a good place to stop.
The longest that you're supposed to do at one time.
Yes. If you want to keep your sanity.
Yeah. Or your eyes.
They go hand in hand.
I need a magnifying glass. Well, anyway. Anything else about the book? I think we covered all the characters, didn't we?
I think we did. All 1,500 of them. I'm interested, I guess, to see or to hear about what the other books are about or what they're like.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of them in the series. Right? Like 3? Yeah,
I think
there's
so.
2 more.
Yeah.
The Man Who Died Twice and The Bullet That Missed. So 3 total with this one.
So it will be interesting. I mean, because obviously in a retirement community, probably people are going to be dying, but look how much murder happens.
Hopefully lots for their sake. Or maybe not for their sake.
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
So that way they're not bored. I don't know. I'm just gonna... Yeah. It was... Okay, yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Thank you.
Those poor older people. Although, I'll tell you what, I think I want to go live there.
Sounds like a pretty nice place.
I mean, my goodness. I think I want to go live there. Get all your meals cooked for you. Everybody's drinking, like day drinking. When they're out there blocking the road from the excavators, they're all in lawn chairs with wine and
Oh, that was funny.
beer.
It was
and,
like a
oh
little
my
party.
gosh, it was funny.
Protesting.
When they first invite the detectives over and they're like drinking the whole bottle of wine, cracking open a second one. And the detectives are trying to get information out of them.
Yeah. And then they kept shoving the cake at him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you gotta try this cake.
Okay, that Joyce made.
Yep. This part doesn't exist. I'm not even gonna.
That's what I'm doing down here. It's like I said, if you had 12 different brushes, you could just like keep going instead of trying to search for your number.
Yeah.
That is something, but boy.
Yeah. So, anyway,
that
was the Thursday Murder Club. Our little discussion. Our next book is The Haunting of Alejandra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly's book club pick. I'm excited for this one.
It is. Yes. It has to at least somewhat to do with the folklore legend of
La Llorona.
So, but I think it also is, well, Alejandra's family has some connectra. What? Connection to.
You're good. you know that
La Llorona.
If your arms raise at the same time, this is how you check if you're having a stroke.
Oh, really?
If your arms raise at the same level, then you're not having a stroke.
Then I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to check. So anyway, I think there's probably some like family drama, some family tragedy, maybe some generational trauma in this that kind of go along with having this this ghost woman in their family. But anyway, it sounded good. So we're gonna find out in June.
July. Well, I guess we'll read it in June. We'll discuss it in July.
June. This inverted thing is killing me. So yeah, we'll read this in June. We'll have our first discussion on the first Sunday in July, which is what, like the 7th-ish? The 4th is on a Thursday.
So, yep.
5, 6, Friday, 6, 7. Yeah. 7/7.
Ooh.
Oh.
Talking about some spooks on 7/7.
7/7.
Would have been funny if it was 6/6 and 06.
We missed that one
by a decade or so.
by a while. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple decades almost.
By a while.
But anyway,
yeah. There we go.
Here's our little.
So yeah. So oh god,
you got water
on it.
Kelly!
Well, it's just on the canvas. I didn't get it on the paint part.
Oh my gosh.
It'll dry.
All of that hard work.
Oh yeah. You can see how much the two of us got done in 45 minutes. This thing is like, dang.
It's so detailed.
It is very detailed. Well, that might have been more helpful to look at this.
That's why I put it there.
I don't know. Like, wow. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is going home with her.
We tried.
Hey, it was something to do.
Yeah. And it wasn't a complete failure. It just was way more time consuming.
Yes.
So we finally didn't fail at a craft.
We did not fail. We didn't.
Yes. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for us today then. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. If you're watching this on the live replay, then give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, go on down below the video and hit that red subscribe button. Join the Everyday Adventure family so you can see our beautiful faces every Sunday with new book videos. Also, go and join channel memberships for additional content and early access to the non-book videos.
First off
things, whatever. And go and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Everyday Epic Book Club. On both. Yeah. Maybe we'll have a merch drop sometime in the future. Someday when I'm older. Isn't that a song?
I don't know.
Someday.
Oh, you know what?
Thinking of,
Look.
thinking of you.
That
There's like a more detail.
There's 2 different size brushes. This one would have been much easier to use in the tiny spots. Okay, there we go. Now you know.
The more you know.
The more you know.
But
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, hope you enjoyed watching. And I'm Amy.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are
The Everyday Epic.
Wow, I messed up. I'm so sorry. We'll see you guys next time.
Boy.